All right, we are back on the PHLY Eagles podcast. Very pleased to be joined, thanks to the good folks at Bucci Jewelers, by Reed Blankenship. Reed, how you doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
I'm very well. Let's before we get to the Niners, let's talk just briefly about the game on Sunday.
Mhm.
And I guess starting, how do you explain to somebody on the outside the actual physical benefit of getting a
Oh
week
my
off?
gosh. Like, obviously this season's been it's been a physical season this whole year. Um I felt like defensively and offensively going into the last week of the season, having a week off is a tremendous help. People don't realize how much like we can get recovery wise, like how much
Mhm.
like the mental break part of it throughout like this whole week we can get. And, going fresh into a playoff game is big time. Not a lot of teams get to have that. And we're fortunate enough to be able to be in this position. So
Is it like you've got like bruises all over your body that are
oh
healing?
yeah,
Is it like,
it's the nagging
yeah,
injuries throughout the year that you're like, oh, like you continuously go to treatment for.
right.
You're completely off your legs throughout the week. You're completely off the film. You're self scouting at most. Like you're
Yeah.
watching a couple teams that you have a chance to play, but you're not in the nitty gritty part of it. You're not stretching yourself out mentally and physically throughout the week, and it's huge, man. Like it's huge, and I can say that because obviously it's happened, and outside looking in, I understand people's frustrations at times, but, it was the best decision
Mm.
possible for sure.
I actually the thing you say about the mental break is also, I think, probably very underrated because,
Yeah,
like,
I
the
mean
season is such a grind,
mhm,
and, to get that little break without, like, fully going away and still being in it a little bit, I mean,
mhm.
that does sound
Yeah, I
refreshing.
mean, you
Yeah.
throughout the week, like, the walkthrough is a very it's all mental. We have
Yeah.
walkthroughs throughout the day, throughout the week, and you go from that to practice and then recovery, and you do it all over again, and, you gotta give your body a break a few times, so
So what did happen on the little moment that they caught on the sideline of it looked like after Brandon Johnson gets hurt,
mhm.
you were you trying to go in? Were you seeing if they needed you? What
I
happened
it
there?
was more of if they needed me, obviously, I was ready. Throughout the week, you're not thinking about going in like that.
Right.
Like I said, it's kind of a week off. You're away. You take yourself out of who the opponent is and stuff. Obviously, we played them a couple weeks ago, so it was still fresh
Sure.
on my mind. But yeah, it was one of those things like, all right, like I got to get my mind in game mode, like pregame, me and Cooper was laughing, this, that, the other,
Right.
chilling. But it was one of those things I had to log back in real fast and be ready to go.
My guy Brandon Johnson, I felt so bad for.
He almost had a pick.
I know.
Like that play almost had a pick.
Ugh, that was
I
brutal.
know.
Cool for him playing out of position, but yeah, that
Yeah.
was tough to watch. Um, okay, let's move on from that to the Niners. Now you say you got to do a little bit of scouting ahead of
Mhm.
time, maybe last week. Did you do some work then on the Niners, and what were your first impressions once this matchup got locked in?
Yeah, I watched him a little bit, but I feel like I know him to an extent because we played him. I've played him 2 years since I've been in
Yes.
the league, and the Shanahan tree and all that, like you hear about with that offense, they're really good. They have weapons everywhere. They use motions and whether it's eye candy or they use them to actually run plays off of them. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. But like I said, we kind of know who they are. A lot of us that have played them, and we're excited.
All of those moving parts that they have and as heavy play action as they are, I mean, I imagine that falls mostly on, the linebackers and you.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
how much work goes into making sure that you don't have any false steps on
yeah,
Sunday?
I mean, it goes just more beyond of what you're anticipating route wise. Just because I'm in the secondary doesn't mean I'm not there for the run.
Right.
I gotta read run pass. I gotta see what the tackle, guard, the uncovered O lineman is, what he's doing, and also like linebackers too, like Zach and stuff. We got to be on the same page with certain things. We got to see things the same way, and that starts yesterday and today, and definitely starts tomorrow when we put the pads back on and get out on the practice field.
Now, last thing from the game itself before we move on a little bit is Jalix. I mean,
He's got more
really,
picks
no one's ever led the team
than
in sacks and interceptions
hey,
before. It's
hey,
crazy.
man, I'm kinda jealous of him right now, honestly. I got 1 pick, man.
I know. Give me some. I'm going to free agency. Give me
Come
some.
on, I need that. But no, he's been balling. I mean, he's been balling his tail off this whole season. Just a high motor energy guy, you know? Like, you want him on your team for
Is
sure.
there a guy on the defense who you feel like just in general doesn't get enough credit for how important they are?
Man, there's a lot of guys. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
guys answer the bell when everybody else is getting the credit, but I mean, I've Jordan Davis has he's been balling, dude,
Yeah.
and
He
I
he
know
can fly.
he's still been getting, some credit, but he's been
Well,
it, man.
one thing we've been talking about this week in this matchup in particular, knowing that the Niners wanna run the ball, is you guys play those, light boxes more than anybody in the NFL.
Mhm,
1st and 2nd down, 6 men in the box, you guys are in that more often than anybody else,
mhm,
and yet you've been very good against the run, and to me, I feel like the 2 keys to that are Jordan in the middle,
mhm,
being as much of a wrecker as he is,
mhm.
and then Cooper being like, allowing you guys to stay in that and being so close to the line of scrimmage and being as good against the run as he is. Is that fair?
No, that's you pretty much you hit it, man. That's it. I mean, Cooper can play anywhere, honestly. I mean, he can play linebacker too. So, having that ability, I mean, that's huge.
All right, last thing for you is just the playoffs are very romantic, right? Like
Mhm,
you spend all year long, you show up in the spring, you put in all this work to get ready for training camp, to then get ready for the regular season, which you know is going to be a grind, and it's all in service of getting to now. And we know that that's very weighty. It's gonna feel different on the
mhm.
field. But for you also, knowing in the back of your mind that any game now could potentially be your last as an Eagle, like
Yeah,
do you
that's sad,
do
man.
you feel that at all? Like, is that you try
Um,
to keep it out of should I not say anything?
yeah, I guess you should yeah, don't say anything because I haven't even thought about that
Okay,
until obviously now. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'm saying the emotional part, but like the Eagles, they took me in and they gave me the opportunity. But yeah, I ain't trying to think about that right now. I don't want to get into the
sure.
sad part of it, but yeah, it's let's not let this be my last time for sure. So
Do you feel, like, as the week goes on that a playoff week is different than a regular season week?
yeah, I mean, it's win or go home, you know,
Yeah.
and obviously a lot of us have been in this situation and we know what it takes to continue that process. And we got to carry all the other guys that haven't been in this position with us. But yeah, we're just gonna, keep doing what we've been doing and not overthink. You know, once you start overthinking things, then I feel like you're gonna make more mistakes. So we just need to play our game.
All right, well, we can't wait to see how it turns out on Sunday. Everybody check out this week's episode of Exciting Mikes. Thank you to Reed Blankenship. Thank you to Bucci Jewelers for making it happen. Back with more on the PHLY Eagles podcast.